everyone, it's Kellen Brower from Racer X back again with another race examination video from Budds Creek. We're going to start off by talking about Chase Sexton's crash in the first moto as he was trying to catch up with Eli Tomac coming through these first couple of corners, and he goes up and over the bars. Pretty gnarly little crash, gets going though, and is able to get up into 7th in this one, but here's what Sexton had to say about it.
Just too many mistakes. First moto hit neutral, went over the bars in that corner, and then ran into another rider, and
I had a couple people message me and say that they don't think that Sexton here actually hit neutral. And coming down the hill, you can see he's actually on the throttle a couple different times because he's kicking up some roost. But as you come through this corner, you're going to notice right through like the middle right here, he's going to start leaning forward right about here where he's trying to get the power on. And right there, see, he's starting to lean forward, and I think he might be in neutral at that point. At least according to him, he's in neutral, obviously, because with that lean forward, he's trying to like react to the bike momentum starting to push forward, and it just completely has no give. I've been in that situation myself, and so for him, it's just there's no power. You start leaning, the front tire knifes in, and over the bars he goes. Now, let's talk about the Justin Barcia and Dylan Ferrandis situation. Now, Barcia was disqualified from the second moto for this incident right here with Ferrandis. Barcia posted the GoPro footage on his Instagram account, so shout out to GoPro Motorsports for this. But first off, we see, of course, Ferrandis pushing Barcia off the track. This is, I call this marker a SpongeBob. It's a course marker on the inside of the track. Barcia is going to land off the track inside of that course marker. So at this point in time, he's off the track, and Ferrandis is actually ahead of him. From there, Barcia is going to re-enter the track, at this point basically ahead of Ferrandis again, and then go in and then stuff him and put him down. Now, all of these things together is more or less why Barcia earns himself the DQ, because he really is off the track doing that maneuver. You can't go off the track, gain an advantage, and then take somebody down. That's just going to be a huge no-no for everybody involved, especially when you look at it from the AMA's perspective. So that is why the DQ happened. A lot of people saying that the pass itself wasn't that bad, but it's the off-track thing that really made this situation as bad as it was.
I want to remind everybody that this video is presented by OnX Off-Road. Know where to go with the #1 off-road GPS app. Access 500,000 plus miles of trails and roads, open dates, and public lands. Download the OnX Off-Road app today.
Moving on to the 250 class, I want to talk about Jett Lawrence's 2 starts. As off the first moto start, he is down the far inside. He actually selected that gate so he could get a little patch of clear stuff on the left side of the track that had no ruts in it so he could get a better jump. And lo and behold, it actually worked out for him. He's able to get to the inside. I think if he got through the middle part of the corner a little bit better, he would have come out the whole shot. But in the second moto, he's lined up between Hampshire and McAdoo, 2 guys that had the scoop tire on, where Jett Lawrence is not running the scoop tire. So that means he has to outjump at least one of them as we get about, I don't know, 30 feet out of the gate. You can see he has jumped neither of them. They both have a little bit of a nose on him, so that gap is always going to be closing where they're going to be able to get to the corner before him. So he has to back out of the challenge way early, and he gets a horrible start. Look at how far down the order he was right here. So just a little bit of like gamesmanship right there. Tries to get an inside gate pick off the first start to use that inside to his advantage. The second one, he has a better gate pick than those guys, but still they end up lining around him, and just kind of the luck of the draw there gets a bad start. A little bit later on, though, in the first moto, as we look here, he's trying to pass Michael Mosiman, and I'm not sure many people saw this actually happen on TV, so we'll highlight it here. But Mosiman, he's going to go down, and Lawrence has to come to like a complete stop to try to avoid going down with him. And as he goes by, look at his left hand right there. A little bit of a thumbs up. The Align Media guys also caught this as well. Just kind of a funny moment right there where he's, I don't know, just applauding Mosiman for the dismount or something. But as we move a little bit later on in 250 Moto 1, the battle for third was a great one, and this is definitely my pass of the day. Joe Shimoda around the outside on Michael Mosiman in that tricky left-hander after this uphill triple. I love this corner because it sets up such unique passes where, in this case, you know, Mosiman's defending the inside great, actually gets the rut pretty well as well, but Shimoda just around the outside lays into that big loamy berm out there and is able to make the pass up into third place. Really good pass, and it's really smart riding as well by Shimoda to react to that. And we moved to 250 Moto number 2 here, though. Justin Cooper battling with Joe Shimoda for the race lead, going to get it back away from Joe. And I wanted to highlight this moment because Justin Cooper, in my opinion, almost had a big one, even though it doesn't look that bad from the view here. But as you see, as he goes over the top of the step up out of the first corner, he's actually going to clip the very top of the jump with his front and rear tire. Just a tiny tap of the front and the rear tire. But he's sideways when he does it. And honestly, I just think it's so impressive how he's able to keep his balance centered on the motorcycle and not let it kick back too far the other way. Easily could have been a big off if he's a little bit more sideways or is in 2 on top of the bike the way he was, but a nice job there by Cooper. And as we move to the checkered flag in Moto number 2, just wanted to highlight RJ Hampshire getting his first overall win of the year, 1-2 on the day. Of course, got his first moto win in the moto earlier before this, but it's just really cool to see Hampshire's progress this season because he's complained a lot about the motorcycle, said that it's been really difficult to get on top of this new chassis on the Husqvarna. So for him to kind of figure it out and come through and actually get an overall win in the late in the season shows just how hard he and the team have worked for it. And you can see the emotion pouring out of him after this one. He's just obviously so excited. And that just, goes to show that these guys really never give up on a season. For Hampshire, it's been a really difficult year for him to get everything dialed, and is going to come out of here late in the year with an overall win and maybe try to parlay it into something else in the coming weeks.